Good evening, everyone. How is my lovely YouTube family doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you are seeing this lesson. My name is Krish Nathria. You can call me Krish. I am your IELTS trainer on Cambridge Veritas and your hopefully dear friend as well. Welcome to our wonderful platform. We've been doing this series for a long time, live classes every day. The current series that is going on is Common Mistakes in IELTS. And today's lesson, as I promised you yesterday, hi Priya, hi Nana, good to see you guys. Priya, I do apologize. I did read your comment, and thank you so much for spending your time in terms of giving me suggestions in terms of what we can do tomorrow. I'm yet to respond to it. The day has been really crazy for me, but thank you so much. So today's session is all about IELTS writing vocabulary. Um, you must have seen these words: rise, rose, illustrate, dwindle, suggest, etc., and whatnot. Steep rise, uh, uh, so many other ways of basically talking about graphs and charts and figures and whatnot on IELTS writing task one. So if you particularly struggle to comprehend data for task one, then this lesson is for you. Let me tell you what we'll do in this lesson. So, in this lesson, first of all, we'll understand some words that are used to describe graphs and charts and diagrams. After that, we're going to be looking at some words. We're going to be looking at some words that are used to describe, and these words are different, that are used to describe figures and statistics. A lot of people get good bands, are able to get good bands on IELTS writing task one, but it becomes really difficult for task two, but it becomes really difficult for task one, which is descriptive writing. I'm talking about academic module where you have to describe the data that you see on a picture, chart, diagram, graph, etc. So to do away with all of that, we have today's lesson. What are the different kinds of words that we look at? Today we look at words such as, you may have seen these words before: rise, the past of rises, rose, then things like see, reached, compare, show, illustrate, again, show, can be replaced with that, suggest, show, dropped, fell, reduce, etc., and so much more. But do you know, if you use one word incorrectly to describe the data, it reduces your mark on lexical resources. Lexical resources is one of the areas on which you're marked right. So if you actually use the vocabulary incorrectly or grammatically incorrectly, you actually it costs your band. So that's why we have today's lesson. So let's start. I'm now going to show you game number one. What is the game? I will show you two sentences like I always do. One is wrong, one is right. Get set, go. Which sentence is right and which sentence is wrong? For example, the birth rate has reduced over the past 10 years. Number two, the birth rate has dropped over the past 10 years. My God, they both look correct. Which one is right? Which one is wrong? And why? What do you think? Priya says B. Thank you. Thank you. Dropped it is. Do you guys have any idea why exactly we use drop and not the other one? Any particular reason? What do you think that could be? The correct answer is, let's have a look. The correct answer is dropped. The birth rate has dropped. Why is it not has reduced? Why is it has dropped? That's what we're going to be looking at in this lesson. Let's have a look at sentence number two. Uh, the graph shows a rise in the number of accidents involving cyclists. The graph represent, by the way, is it graph or is it graph? It is graph. One more time, what is it? Graph. So the graph represents a rise in the number of accidents involving cyclists. Which one is right? What do you think? Hi, Messi fan. What's your name? Let us know. Welcome to Cambridge Veritas. Thank you, Suleiman. Reduce means someone has to reduce, okay? Drop means it dropped by itself, okay? That's nice. That's a good explanation. What about other people? What do you think it could be? Is it represents or is it shows? And what could possibly be the difference for that matter? They both look the same. The correct answer here is, please have a look. A, the graph shows, not the graph represents. But why is that? We're going to be looking at it in a lot of detail in today's lesson. So without further ado, let's get started. What are we going to do first? First, I'm going to show you some words that we particularly use to talk about graphs or charts or for that matter, diagrams. So let's have a look. The words are compare, represent, illustrate, shows. All of this is used in different contexts, and we're going to be looking at that context one by one. So let's have a look at sentence A. The chart or graph dash levels of post school education in 4 countries. So a random sentence, which one do you think is right in this sentence? Thank you. Is it the chart or graph? If you're watching this lesson later, put your answers in the comments below. Is it illustrates? Which one's the right word in this context? Is it show? Is it represent? Okay, shows. Priya, Vicky, lovely. Thank you. The correct answer is shows. Very nice. It is, in fact, the correct answer. So I'm going to put the sentence here for us. Shows. Yes, that is the subject. Verb agreement. Shows. Bingo. Thank you so much. Now let's have a look at the second sentence. The diagram, there are two options that are possible in this context. So the diagram dash and dash the structure of the political system. Which one do you think is right? Now it's a diagram. No numbers anymore. That's okay, Vicky. Welcome again. Illustrate. Thank you, Nana. What do you think is the second option? What could be the second option in this context? Thank you, Mahiba. Excellent. So the two options that are correct are, in fact, illustrate and represent. So one more time, the two correct options are illustrate and represent. Excellent. Let's have a look at sentence number 3. So with the chart or graph, we'd rather use the word show. With diagram, the appropriate vocabulary would be either represent or illustrate. Remember that. With diagram, the appropriate vocabulary would be represent and illustrate. Not that we can't say show, but in this context, with chart and graph, you'd rather use show. So C would be, what is C? The chart or graph dash average working hours in the UK and the US. So which one is the right option here? There's something happening between two countries. Be their strength, thank you. Shows, okay, compares is the right answer. Wonderful, Vicky. So here we go, compares, right? Yes, compares. Compares, wonderful. And the last sentence that we have here is, please have a look. Dash from the chart or graph dash the number of visitors peaks in August. What do you think? I hope it's not flickering today like it was before. We can see and that. Thank you, Nagashri. Very good, Priya. Be their strength. Wiki, Nana. Biki, Nana. Lovely. Here we go. So we can see from the chart or graph that, yes. So it would be, sorry about that. We can see You're able to see? Yes. That. Excellent. I'd like you to please take a picture of it now. Take a picture of it because we're now going to be using it as we play the exercise. But this one was particularly related to graphs and charts and diagrams. What we are now going to do is we're going to be looking at it for figures and statistics as well. Okay? This was for one thing, graphs, charts, and diagrams. Now let's have a look at it for figures and statistics. Now there are different words for it. These words are, please have a look, dropped. My apologies, the correct spelling is rose, not ruse. Rose, suggest, that, and reaching. Of course, there are a lot of other words as well, but let's understand how do we use it in what context and what is the right pairing that go with these words. So the first sentence is, the statistics or figures dash people in rural areas are healthier. What do you think? Suleiman's asked a very good question. It's not ruse, my apologies. It is rose. I've just corrected it. I think let me just put it here. Yeah, that's a typo from my end, so my apologies. It's rose. Suleiman's asked a very good question, guys. In what context? What about demonstrates? It would come with chart, graph, or diagram. So in what context can we use the word demonstrate? Anybody, any opinions, any suggestions? I think off the top of my head, Suleiman, demonstrate is a word that sort of comes when you have evidence or proof of something, of a data that you can see on the picture. What about other people? So of course, it can be used with charts or graphs or diagrams, figures, data, etc. So of course, feel free to sort of use it anywhere. Okay, so the first one is, please have a look. What have you guys said? Suggest is in fact the correct answer, but it is suggest. Now, there's something that I want to tell you. A lot of people do not know when to add S and when to remove S when it comes to words like this, right? Suggest, suggests. It's so hard sometimes for people. Now, there's a very simple rule that I want you to understand. It's supremely easy peasy. For those teachers watching right now, we call it subject verb agreement, apparently. And the rule is very simple. The rule is, if you're talking about anything that is plural, for example, the word figures, as in the word figures, there's S already here because it is plural. That means with the next word that you will write, you will remove S. You will not use S. So figures suggest. Okay? One more time. Figures suggest. We call it subject verb agreement. Okay? Similarly, if it is not plural, if it is singular for that matter, I hope you're able to see. Yep. If it is singular, as in the word figure, not figures, it's only one figure, then you add S with the next word again for subject verb agreement, SVA. So it becomes figure suggests. If you understand this, give me a big heart. If you did not know this before, and if you understand it now, extremely important. I've seen so many students losing so many marks because of that. Because sometimes it occurs multiple times. Okay, so the correct answer here in this case would be, thank you. All right, is suggest. Let's have a look at the next one. The figure will increase. By the way, if you want to take a picture of it, take a picture of it. Very important. Plural figures will take the word without s, which is suggest. Figures suggest, and singular word figure sorry, and singular word figure will take the word suggests with an s with it. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. Here we go. You're welcome. Thank you, guys. The figure will increase further, dash 6 million in 2020. Which one is it? The correct answer is excellent. You guys are right. It is reaching. Reaching 6 million in 2020, not touching 6 million. Excellent. All right. Thank you so much. Let's have a look at C. Here we go. Please have a look. Demand dash by 48% in just 2 years. We do not say demand raised by 48%. There's something else that we use. I repeat, there's something else that we use. And similarly, in the first one, we do not say increase further, not touching 6 million. We don't say touching 6 million, we say reaching 6 million. Similarly, what is this here? Yeah. So it is demand rose. Thank you very much. Here we say demand rose. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Supremely important. One more time. Remember, do not say demand raised. It is demand rose. And do not say reaching 6 million. It is not touching 6 million. My apologies. It is reaching 6 million. Very important. The choice of words, that's what it's all about. The choice of words, the right choice of words. Okay. I've got the last sentence here for you. Please have a look, which is D. Have a look. Can we all read it together? Thank you. Time spent with the family dash from 21% to just 6%. We do not say reduced from 21%. What do we say? Avoid using the word reduced from 21%. You rather say, thank you very much. It is dropped. Excellent. You guys are amazing. My God. Good job. Can we clap for everyone? Thank you. Yeah. The spelling of rose has been corrected. Thank you so much, Nana, for telling us all the three. Projan, thank you. Nagashri, everybody, Priya, Suleiman, Nana, Mahiba, Vicky, thank you. All right, guys, let's move on. So this was the first part. I now want you to remember something important. And this is a special note that I have for all of us. Please have a look. There are some words, especially these four words on the screen. These words are rise, drop, decline, and fall. What do they show? They describe a change that's taking place, correct? They describe a change that's taking place. As in, a person or organization can raise or reduce something. I repeat, a person or organization can raise or reduce something. For example, Bank of England is an organization, correct? So I've got a sentence here for you. Just give me one moment. Yes. So it is, for example, the sentence here is the Bank of England has raised interest rates. So they are raising it. Number two, the government has introduced measures to reduce traffic in the capital. So just remember that a person or organization can raise or reduce something. The examples are given here for you. It describes change that's taking place. By the way, if you did not take a picture of this one, please do take a picture here, because we're now going to be using it as we play the game. We'll play an exercise, live exercise here. Thank you. All right, here we go. So, what is the game? There's a wrong sentence, first of all. We have to correct it, and we've got to tell what the correct answer is. The number of visitors touches a peak in July. The number of visitors touches a peak in July. Touches is not right. Something else is right. The right word that I'm looking for starts with. I think if I tell you the word, you'll know the answer. Reaches. Kya baat hai? Very nice. Superb. It is reaches. Please have a look. Reaches a peak in July. It is not touches a peak. It is reaches a peak. Gotcha? One more time. If you write touches a peak, you're gonna be marked incorrectly in lexical resources because you do not know the right choice of words. So this sentence may look grammatically correctly, but alas, you'll be marked down for it. Okay. So this is something that we got to bear in mind. Yep. Okay. The final game, the final practice that we have for the day is here, ladies and gentlemen. We have to complete the sentences using an appropriate word. What is the meaning of verb? Verb is nothing but a word. One more time. Verb is nothing but a word. So here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Number one, please have a look. The population of the city dash to a high of 2.3 million in 1997. What do you think could it be? Do you want me to give you options or do you think you can do it without options? If you want options, let me know. I'll write the options here for you. Thank you, Nana. Thank you so much. Hit a high is another collocation that could be made use of. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Priya, that's a good one. Okay, the correct answer is, in fact, ROSE. Rose. Oh, I have the answer here for you. It is okay. It is rose. Let's have a look at number two now. From the chart, we can dash that expenditure on IT has increased rapidly. So, what do you think it is? It's a very simple word that I have written, but in case you've got a better word, do let us know. See, interpret. Okay. What I've written as well is simply the chart. We can see that expenditure on IT has increased rapidly. Simple. Very simple. But the other options that you're giving, we can see, yes, absolutely. Interpret, lovely. All the other options that you're giving fits the bill as well. The inflation rate has dash its lowest point in 10 years. Which one do you think it is? The inflation sorry, rate has, I think I just told the answer, didn't I? Reached, okay. The inflation rate has dash its lowest point in 10 years. The only problem with drop is you have to use the word to with it because you can't use it without it. Has dropped its lowest point would be grammatically incorrect. So in that case, you'd either say dropped to, because some of you are mentioning that, which is a good vocabulary. Priya's mentioned it. And similarly, Nana, the word declined again would have to take another word, which is to. So keeping this in the context, we've used reached, and some of you've mentioned that. That's nice, lovely. And the last one, let's have a look. The chart dash the amount of water consumed per person in each area. Which one do you think it is? There are two options that I have written here. What do you think are two possibilities that we could write here? What do you guys think? Okay, let's see if anybody. None of you have written that. What I have written. Okay, indicates, illustrate. Many of you have said illustrate, represent. Okay. So what I've written here is shows, perfect, absolutely. Yeah. So what I've written here is compare, of course, with s in the end, and shows. Two possibilities, but of course, what you've mentioned uh, fits the bill as well. Let's have a look at the last four sentences. These were the four sentences. We're now going to have a look at the last four sentences. So here we go. Diagram 2.4, whatever 2.4 diagram there is, dash the life cycle of a butterfly. There are two words that I've written here. What do you think could it be? Suleiman, Mahiba, Priya. Rate? Rate is quite interesting. Demonstrates or shows. Okay. Perfect. Lovely. So the answer that I've written here is, please have a look, illustrates or shows or demonstrates. Feel free to go ahead with it. Projon, thank you, lovely. Demonstrate is such a classy word, definitely. Demonstrates, illustrates, etc., etc. I hope the screen is not flickering today. Can anybody tell me? I think it's better today, yeah? All right, number 6. The results of the survey dash that most people are dissatisfied with public transport. Which one do you think it is? Is it true? Are you dissatisfied with public transport? Hmm? Okay. Priya's asked an important question here. Where do we use the word depict? The only thing that's associated with the word depict is that something that's there is in quite a lot of detail. So, and of course, apparently can be used across the board. So there's nothing in particular related to it, but I would just say something that is explained in quite a lot of detail uh, would be appropriately um, justified with the use of the word depict. Okay, so the correct answer with this one is suggest or show. Wonderful. Same people are giving the answers, which is great. We need these people. What about the new people in the room? Hello, bello, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, we always say don't just watch, belong. So please do put your answers. Even if your answer is wrong, we still love you. So please feel free to put your answers. Thank you. Number 7. The percentage of households without a phone dash from 23% to just 4%. Now here it's going down, it's a steep down from like a 23%, quite a lot, to just 4%. So it's a steep down. So what would you say in that situation? Dropped, fell. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dropped, and that's exactly what I have written as well. Dropped and fell. Good. Nice one. This one's good. All right, the last one, 8th. To combat global warming, we all need to dash the amount of energy we consume. The word that I've only used one word. Dwindled is good. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Dwindle is one word that I've been using for a very, very long time. And I think from the context of IELTS only. So, yes, I think we've written dwindle on the thumbnail of the video as well today. Cut down. The only problem with cut down would be, I hope it's not sort of reduced to a slang when when an examiner is marking it. So I think something a little more advanced, maybe academic would be appropriate. Conserve. Okay. So the answer that I've written here is reduce. And of course, conserve is a much better word than reduce in this context. Thank you, Vicky, for telling us. So a very nice vocabulary would be conserve as well. But of course, if you have written reduce, that's totally fine too. Perfect. Can we clap for everyone? Superb. Very nice. Good participation. Claps for all. Thank you. So it's very, very important that we sort of use words appropriately. For example, in the context of what we'd seen, not touches a peak, it is reaches a peak. Yeah, so these kinds of things play a very, very important role. And the first example that we had seen in the beginning of the lesson, which was the difference between reduce and dropped. There was another example that we'd seen, rise and represent. They have meaning, and sometimes when examiners are really picky, they go they go down to the levels of understanding sentences word by word. So it's very important for you to make sure that you use appropriate academic vocabulary that represents the right idea that's there on the chart or graph or diagram as well. Okay. So you know the protocol. What do we have to do? Can you tell us what did you learn today in the live chat or the comments below, please? What was the takeaway from today? What's one thing that you did not know before that you know now? So could you tell us? I learned la de la de la. Reflections very important. Thank you. Yeah, it was one of the quickest lessons um, that we've had today. Yes. Waiting, waiting for your sentences. Okay. So Vicky says to refrain from using the word touched and use reached instead, since touched is more of Hindi to English translation. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. What about other people? Nagashri, Boys, Mahiba, Suleiman. What about you guys? Alrighty. Thank you so very much. So this was to it. I'm still mulling over certain suggestions that Priya had given us yesterday. Thank you, Priya. In case anybody else has any suggestions for a session tomorrow, please do let me know. I'm going to pick one of the themes that Priya suggested to have a session tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll be quite interesting. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. sharp. God bless. Take care. Don't be late, and goody goody night. Vicky says, the lesson was succinct but made me reflect on my academic vocabulary. I will Google them after the session ends. Perfect. Sure. Reflection is very important. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.